Is Broadcom still a buy in 2025? I will let you decide once you finish this video. So let's dig a little deeper into what Broadcom actually does as a business, and you let me know if you think that they are here to stay. So what does Broadcom actually do? So Broadcom is one of the most important tech companies in the world. It designs a mix of semiconductors and infrastructure software, power almost every single part of modern life. It's got data centers, cloud computing, smartphones, AI systems, enterprise security. So it does absolutely everything you could possibly think of in the tech industry. So Broadcom powers everything from smartphones, including iPhones, to industrial robots. It does wireless solutions such as Bluetooth and Wi-Fi chips in iPhones, Samsung, Pixel, and even more phones than that. It powers a lot in the industrial and automotive sector, motion control, factory automation, and EV connectivity. It does a lot in their networking and data centers, Ethernet switching. So it's got a lot in the server/storage industry, SSD controllers for cloud providers, enterprise software, application networking, automation. There's a big list of what Broadcom actually do, and you really get a grasp of how much they are wrapped inside the tech industry when you really dig deep into it. So we've got cybersecurity, end-to-end identity, access, endpoint, and network security. They do mainframe plus private cloud. The core segments of the business is 56% of the revenue comes from semiconductors, which includes custom chips, AI infrastructure, RF components, and networking. And then we've got 44% of the revenue comes from infrastructure software, VMware, cybersecurity, automation, and private/hybrid cloud. Broadcom just doesn't sell chips, it's deeply embedded in iPhones, data centers, AI model training, and cloud security and software management. As we can see from the fiscal year 2024 revenue, we've got 56% semiconductors on the right, which is AI, networking, broadband, industrial, networking and connectivity, server/storage, and wireless. And then on the left hand side, we've got 44%, which comes from infrastructure software. We've got cybersecurity, enterprise software, fiber channel networking, mainframe software, and private cloud. So let's break it down exactly down to the last penny. So if we look at semiconductors, 2019 was 17 billion, right up to 2023 where it was 28 billion. So there's a massive increase of 13% year on year, which is absolutely massive. So have a quick look at the financials for Broadcom. The market cap is 1.3 trillion. The P ratio is 41. The dividend yield is 0.86%. It's very low, but it is growing very fast. 15% year on year, and that is for the 10-year CAGR, 15%, which is absolutely amazing. Its EPS is 158 versus 110, and that's year on year. The share buybacks, they do a lot of share buybacks, which is giving money back to investors. For Q2, the share buybacks were 4.2 billion alone, which were 25.3 million shares. The free cash flow for Broadcom is 6.4 billion. The adjusted EBITDA margin is 67%. So Broadcom superpower, which is AI. AI revenue alone in Q2 were 4.4 billion. That is 46% year on year. The Q3 AI forecast was 5.1 billion. So that is an increase just on the quarter on quarter. So AI is getting bigger and bigger every single year. And as you can see from the chart, it was under 5% 2019, and 2024 was a 35% increase, which is absolutely crazy. So the AI sector does custom AI, silicon, Ethernet, and connectivity for hyperscales. For example, Google, Meta, and Amazon. Powers AI connecting networking chips in large language model infrastructure. Broadcom isn't just participating in AI, it's one of the core enablers for the global AI commute, and they have positioned themselves absolutely perfect to go into this. So with all that being said, let's have a look at the total returns for Broadcom. So far the 1 year is around 60%, the 3 year is 482%, the 5 year is 895%, and the 10 year is 2,640%. So now you can really see why Broadcom is one of my favorite companies so far. If you would have invested £10,000 in 2010 in Broadcom, you'd have $1.5 million right now. So from £10,000 you would have been set for life, which is rather crazy to see. The shareholder return so far, the dividend pays a 0.59 cent per share per quarter. That's $2.36 per year. The free cash flow margin is 38%, and Broadcom has raised its dividend every year for 13 plus years, and it's growing from 4 cents in 2011 to $2.36 in 2025. And as you can see from that chart, it is absolutely just grown year on year massively. So if we look at exactly what Broadcom does, it's aligning itself with private AI stacks, enterprise security, AI, Ethernet switching, automotive and industrial industries. So what makes Broadcom unique? In my eyes, it's everything that they're doing. The semiconductors, the AI, they position themselves perfectly to be in the center of all the growth coming over the next 10 years. The AI growth is growing quarter on quarter. It's supplying all the chips to the companies that actually need them, and it's positioning the revenue to just scale quarter on quarter, year on year. And this is the reason why I really love Broadcom. And if we look at the margins for the software, the margins are 80% plus. And it's very rare you see something where we're 80% plus margins. It's absolutely crazy. And they're also buying companies all the time. For example, they acquired VMware for 69 billion. And this is just bringing more revenue in to the company every time. But that being said, there's also some risks with Broadcom that you need to know about. Customer concentration. 20% of Broadcom's revenue is from Apple. So if they did have a fallout with Apple, that could be a problem. 20% of the revenue just gone. Though Apple really does need Broadcom more than Broadcom needs Apple. So that is something to be aware of. Regulations could also come into play. We've seen this happen with Google and other companies. They get a monopoly in the market and regulations come in so they can't carry on doing what they're doing. This is also a problem. It's carrying some post debt, 58 billion so far from acquisitions from VMware. That is also another risk that you need to be aware of. But they are paying down debt year on year, which is great to see, and you can see that in the financials. Some really good points as well to point out with Broadcom. It's actually got a moat, very competitive moat, why Broadcom can keep dominating. It owns over 20,000 patents, and that is a lot of patents. So it's a very high margin infrastructure software that it's got. It's embedded across multiple chains in the industries that it's in. It's got a sticky revenue, so the enterprise, VMware, CA, all these type of revenues that it's got is very sticky, so these kind of companies need Broadcom for that, and that is absolutely great. It's very efficient at using its capital in doing buybacks, paying dividends, increasing the dividends, and buying new companies as well. So it's using its capital very efficiently, which is really good to see. As you can see in this little chart, everything I just explained is right here. So some 2025 catalysts to watch. AI is going to ramp to 5.1 billion plus per quarter and growing quarter on quarter. There's the private AI boom, which everyone knows AI is just on the up right now, along with semiconductors. So that is something that we need to watch. Continued free cash flow expansion, which will equal bigger dividends for shareholders. New products launching, connectivity and AI. So that's going to be even more revenue for Broadcom. And it's growing its partnerships with Google, Meta, Amazon. And all this is going to just give Broadcom more revenue, so it's positioned itself absolutely perfect for growth, in my personal opinion. Is Broadcom in my portfolio? Yes, it's in my portfolio, and I really like it, and I think it's going to do great long term. So I've got a couple of questions for you. Do you own Broadcom? Let me know in the comments. Do you think it's a must-own in this AI revolution that's coming? Do you think it's still worth buying after the 60% run it's had? Let me know, guys, if you like Broadcom as a company, not just a stock. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.
Talk about Snowball. If you want 10% off Snowball, please use the promo code below and my link below, Cashflow King, to get 10% off. If you would like to use my pie so you can invest exactly the same as I do and the rest of the people who have also copied my pie, a lot of people have also pulled the trigger on this. If you want to join a Discord also with other like-minded investors, you can do that. Join our Discord, guys. Let's get talking.
Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, guys, and also hit the notification bell to keep updated with future video. Thank you, guys, and I will see you in the next one.